So today, we're installing this bad boy right here. Nice and simple. Little anchor trolley. Doing a little impromptu fishing trip. Gonna head up north, upstate New York tomorrow, I think. A little bit. Not exactly sure what area yet. Do a little bit of fishing, but so figure may as well. I've had it sitting here and it's been rainy the past couple of weeks here and stuff. So I figure tonight is as good a night as any. So I'm gonna throw you guys on the tripod and we're gonna get her mounted up here. Got the old RS117. And you know, we got gear everywhere right now. Just gonna get stuff ready. So yeah, we're gonna start by getting the anchor trolley. Oh, and I got a 7-foot anchor pin, which we're gonna mount also. So I'm thinking what we're gonna do is, being that I'm right-hand dominant, we're gonna try and get it mounted on the left side. Just so that way, if we're in super duper shallow water, and you know the pin's sticking 2-3 feet up, and it just so happens to be next to the boat, won't interfere with our casting as much. That's the thought anyway. That's the logic behind it. So yeah, anyway, I think that's what we're gonna do. I gotta see exactly where the pin's gonna fit. It's got these little guys, which, to be honest with you, I'm not super confident in them. The plastic doesn't seem like it'll break. It seems pretty strong, but at the same time, it seems like it might be a little too flimsy to hold it in place, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, like I said, I'll put you guys on the tripod and then probably time-lapse it or something, because it's going to be boring. We're just drilling a couple holes, throw some silicone on there, keep her waterproof. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And then we'll probably do like a little walkthrough. It's a very bare bones kayak, you know, good for skinny water. But I'll probably do a little walkthrough after we get it all modded up and just show you guys what I carry on the yak, how I carry it, and yeah, show you guys exactly how we mounted her up. So, all right, so what we're kind of thinking here is we're gonna take these guys, mount them some way. Probably to keep this just like that. But the only thing is, I'm worried about this sticking out so much from the side of the hole up here. I wonder if that'll interfere and get hung up on stuff. So upon further review here, I think what we'll do is, for now, at least for the first time, couple of times out, we're gonna leave this right here in your standard paddle holder, because if I mount it to the side here and it's down on the side of the hull, this handle sticks out like that, and I think that might get hung up on weeds and stuff, and that might become quite a nuisance. So I think for now we're gonna just rock it like this the first couple of times out, and maybe eventually I'll get one of the plates that mount back here and it'll just kind of stand up, because I keep my rods in the Yak Attack crate anyway, so they stand straight up. So 7 foot, it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the trolley itself, the holes for that drilled, mounted, silicone, so they can start drying, because I need this thing to be dry by tomorrow. So when you get this kit, it's basically gonna have your 2 pulleys, 2 kind of guide brackets, and then the lever lock. So you're gonna have 4 screws that are bigger. 2 of those are for your lever lock, 2 of those are for the center of your pulleys, and then your 6 smaller screws are for your guides and for this bottom part of the pulley here. And I know you can't really see that, I'm sorry, but yeah, this guy here. So the small screw will go there, and then the bigger one will go there, and then the other 2 big ones go here for your lever lock. So now that I'm over at the yak, I've kind of predetermined that I don't really need it to run all the way to the front of the boat. So I'm probably going to stop somewhere. Oh, I'll use my shadow. So I'll probably stop somewhere around the Bonafide logo, and that's where I'll mount my first pulley. So I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'll mark that. And then I'm going to take my lever lock and mount it right here just behind the handle, so it's nice and easy to reach while I'm sitting in the seat. I'll mark that with a Sharpie as well. And then obviously my last pulley will be towards the stern of the boat there. And I'll put the guides somewhere, obviously spaced out along the way. And I'm going to drill those out first with, I'm going to mark them with a Sharpie, drill them with a 1/8 drill bit. And then we'll pop in the provided hardware with the Yak Attack kit and a couple overhand knots, our little ring, and job will be done. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Yeah, so unfortunately, because of the shape of that, it has to sit flush against the hull of the boat. And if it doesn't sit flush, that little piece up top there, it won't keep your trolley line secure. So I have to put it up a little bit further than I'd like to. It's not as far towards the end of the boat as I'd like it to be, but you know, it's something that's out of my control, and we'll just have to make do with it. It's kind of the same thing up front here. You just want to make sure that you get a nice coating of this silicone on the threads, so that way, hopefully, it helps seal up rather some of the holes you're putting in your expensive boat. Alright, so I've got the lever lock mounted in the center where I can reach it from the seat nice and easy. And I've got a pulley mounted on each side. Now I'm just going to take this ring and the paracord supplied. I'm going to pop it through, tie an overhand knot. Nice and simple. Put your elbow in silicone. Nice and simple. Alright guys, so we've got our line, our paracord tied to our ring. Let me get to the other end now. That's ridiculously long. They give you a lot of line with this kit, guys. A lot of line, which is cool because you can keep the extra and use it for other stuff. So yeah, got the end in one hand. That guy there. Now you're going to just head down to the other pulley, feed it through, bring it around. Bring it down, tie it off, you'll put your two guides in, it'll be fit and finish. Alright guys, we're just about finished up with this thing here. Our last step now is just to thread it through our little ring here. Like so. Pull out all this excess line. Which is tangled around everything I have. So now we'll be able to use this guy, stick her in the ground wherever we need. And after she's stuck in the ground while we're on the water, we take this guy, clip her right up to the center, and that'll keep us where we need to be. So that's what we ended up with. I think you have to tighten and take just a touch of slack out of here, but that's easy enough. That guy just pops in there. It's not really ideal. I don't want to have to run the ends up, but the shape of this kayak makes it a little funky. We'll see if it gives us any issues. We can always change it later, and I can always just plastic weld these holes shut. So, but for now, let's see what that does for us. Don't mind my mess. I gotta get all that back into there. What's going on, my fellow degenerates? So we just got back. We went to the reservoir, the Shokan reservoir, and tried to film a quick little video. It didn't really work out. We only got on one fish, a little 2 pound, just under 2 pound actually, smallmouth. So we came back home and just kind of in the yard now. I got my gear, clearing out the van here. Going through the kayak. We were supposed to take the kayak out today actually. Plans fell through with that, babysitter stuff. So we ended up going to the res, like I said. And yeah, I just had a rough mortar. Broke the valance, the trim up here for my van. I don't know if you guys can see up there or not, but yeah, broke that. Lost the brake light and the rear backup camera, so that sucks. Got to replace that now. No big deal, happens. But yep. So we only, like I said, we only got that one fish, and we weren't able to take the kayak out, but we did last night. I actually did film it very rushed, very poorly, I might add. Because I was trying to get it done before it got dark. But I did install my anchor trolley last night, and so I'm going through my gear here, and I think I'm just going to rig up the kayak. I want to change a couple things around, so I'll probably just give you guys a pretty quick walkthrough. Actually, let's just do that right now while we're talking about it. So here is the kayak, guys. Wow, very cool, very special. No, I'm just kidding. It's very basic. It's an RS117. It's a Bonafide. Good kayak for the price, honestly. 2 gripes and 2 things to think about if you're gonna buy this kayak. It's not as stable as you may be led to believe by some videos here on YouTube, but it is still just a very small boat. So that being said, for its size, it's 11'7". That's why it's called a 117. But it's 11'7", so for its size, it is very stable, but you know, don't expect the stability of, say, like a, you know, a big Old Town Sportsman or even the SS series of the Bonafides. Anywho, that being said, very straightforward. You got a couple of your yak attack rails that come pre-installed. One there, and one there. 2 flush mounts. You got your little hold down for your cargo, and that is it. That is what this boat has. That's cool. I added some scupper plugs to here, and then as well as the 2 under the seat, just to keep that area dry for when I have my items there. And yeah, other than that, she's very stock. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. This is what we installed last night. Got the anchor trolley. Got to trim that excess a little bit. I wanted to see how tight I wanted to make it. But yeah, very straightforward. Works good. Lever lock. Does lock it quite well. And then we got this 7-foot pin to use in conjunction with that, and then I'll eventually get a rope and an anchor so we can use for deeper water situations. But yeah, so I'm gonna get it rigged up and just kind of show you guys what I carry and how I carry it. Alright guys, two things I forgot to point out here. Sorry about blocking the light, but it does have watertight. Can't speak to how watertight, but that's what they say. You see the seal in here. Put a watertight hatch in the center. Adjustable footrests. And then very straightforward seat. And when you first get this seat, obviously you're going to want to tighten it to your comfort. Make sure you tighten it extra, because these have a tendency to loosen up very quick. And another thing, when you first get this, when this comes stock, this bolt right here will be flipped and the nut will be on the inside. And so when you first get it, you're going to want to flip these like I have it, and then same with the ones up here as well that hold your straps. Otherwise that nut is going to dig into your shoulder, and then down here it will dig into your thigh. So you're going to want to make sure you flip that. So here's another mod that I think everyone should do to these kayaks right away. I don't know if a lot of people do this, or if most people do this, or whatever, but something I found that will be helpful. When you first buy this kayak, the elastic hold down for the rear cargo area and the piece that holds the back of the seat up when you stand up and keeps tension on it, also keeps the seat in place, it's integrated into the same loop. So I'm just going to cut it and separate it so that regardless of whether or not there's tension on the net back here, the tension on the seat will always be the same. So what I did was I just took the stock cord, took it out, left the knot on one end, fed it through, and I'm just going to feel to where I think it needs to be. And I'll just cut it there, tie a knot, and that'll be that. You gotta burn that end. So there I just went and burnt the end quick. That way it won't fray. So now we're just gonna feed it through. Don't forget our clip. And then we'll just tie 2 overhand knots. Actually, 1 might be enough. 1 is enough to hold it. And now, that's nice and tight. She's not going anywhere. And you can still use these to route it through for your cargo area. And you still have all of the original elastic. Alright. Well, I've had these guys here, which these are the little clips that go on the corner of the crate. And these come with the crate. I never installed them because I just used the straps. But now that I've cut that strap and I already have it off because I did this mod up here with the seat, I figure I may as well do this too. That being said, I have no idea the correct way to do this. No idea. I don't know if you're supposed to use an individual piece for each corner, so it just locks in. But my thought is I'll use one piece for the front. This is the back. I'll use one piece for the back and one for the front. 2 on each, straight across. Should work. But these are kind of at a weird angle, so we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna try that first. Definitely one of those times that you're gonna want to cut that longer than you think you need, just in case. Alright, so I went ahead and I singed the end on that just to make sure it won't fray. I'm going to do the same again here. Now I'm just going to repeat that process for the front of the crate, and this quick little mod is done. Alright, so here she is all loaded up, guys. I'll take you guys off the tripod in a second here and give you a closer look, but this is pretty much how we hit the water. Very straightforward, like I said, very bare bones. Let me get you guys down here. I'm gonna take a closer look. So, let me go this way out of the light. Over here, we have our, probably the most important thing on our kayak, safety first. This is our first aid kit / tool kit. So in there we just have like a pliers, we got a screwdriver, generic first aid kit, flashlight, lighter, and extra polyethylene so that if we ever puncture a hole in this here bad boy, we can fix that at least good enough to get us back to the boat ramp. Then moving along, we just got our backpack. This is just our daily spank in the bank bag. I'm really a lazy guy and don't like swapping stuff that I use every day back and forth, so I just throw the whole backpack on there and grab stuff out of it as I go. We got our GoPro mounted here. We also have a GoPro mount there on our Yak Attack rail, and as well as we have a clip mount up here in the bow of the boat as well. What else do we got? This one here actually is just a Ulanzi tripod, fits perfectly in the flush mount. It'll move around a little bit, but a little bit of black tape or something else to just take up that negative space does the trick well. Again, with safety, NRS, Chinook, PFD. And here we've got what I'm gonna call a drag strap. It's definitely not an old man strap. I don't care what anybody tells you. I use that to drag the kayak only, and I definitely don't use it to get in and out of the seat. Definitely not. This front cargo area is just where I keep my dry bag, and I use a breakwater supply. It's a Fog Light 20 liter, completely waterproof, main pocket and front pocket, and it floats. Great bag, great company. It's a small company out of Rhode Island. Customer service, phenomenal. Definitely recommend them. And yeah, we talked about safety. We got the Chinook, we got the black pack. It's a 13 by 16, and then we just got all of our, Standard tackle, nothing too exciting there. And last but not least, we'll walk around here. It's a good old paddle. Super cheap bending branches. It's the cheapest one you can get. And when I say super cheap, I just mean cheap for them. Great paddle. Alright guys, well, that's going to wrap up this kind of chaotic, all over the place video. I don't know how well any of that came out, or if you'll ever even see this, but if you do, you're still here, still watching, appreciate that. Got a little package from the Guggen. I'm not sure, I don't even remember exactly what I ordered. So let's find out. It's probably not that exciting. Ah yeah, nice pair of pants. As well as their shorts. These are the better than boat shorts or whatever they are. More than just boat shorts. Good old microfiber to throw on the backpack there. And a nice little re-up. Got that zinger in the gill color, just because I'm down to one. Got the mini bumper in the gill color. And a bumper also, and this one is in a bluegill color as well. This one's sunrise craw, excuse me. But yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up. But yeah, so we did get the trolley mounted yesterday. Gonna go try that out. I do recommend you, if you guys also have an RS117, you do the bolt mod that I showed you, as well as that little elastic strap mod, and then the second part of that is obviously only going to be if you have a crate. But the mod for the seat itself, that's very helpful. Will be very helpful, because that was a nuisance when you stand up and down. Hated that. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything I used or any of the equipment, you guys want links or anything like that, just let me know. And yeah, stay tuned for more kayak content coming soon. We're fully rigged out, we're ready to go. And yeah, we're going to spend some time on that thing coming up here shortly. The weather's finally getting nice here in New York, so I'll see you guys out there soon. Thanks for watching. Stay degenerate.